What's going on, class? My name's Michael Guynn. Today we're going to be concentrating on one of the branches of civil engineering technology, which is construction management. I'm going to do a brief introduction about myself. I've been working with a construction management company named Sussex Development as an assistant project superintendent for the past 2 years. I was actually first introduced to construction at a very early age. My old man actually owned a construction business, which, I was out there as a young kid, getting an early start. Being introduced to the field at such an early age gave me the opportunity to be able to acquire over 10 years of field experience, and I'm only 27 years old. Also, having all that field experience, it helps you realize at an earlier age, the benefits of gaining an education and learning the management side of the construction field. Plan on completing TCC, transferring to ODU, and completing Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering Technology, with my main focus in construction management. And hopefully, this video can give you kind of a outlook on what to expect if you wanted to take the same career. Project management pretty much is from the planning, coordinating, and control from the beginning of a project to the completion of a project, even after the completion of a project, because most times you're going to have warranty work. With that being said, you want to make sure that you meet the requirements that the customer has requested and you stay within the estimated budget that has been announced prior to the project commencing. The beginning of a construction project, you're getting introduced to who your client is, and your contracts are being signed, negotiations are being met, and you're going over what it is that the client is looking for. Now that we're into the pre-construction phase, this is when we're getting our foundation laid. We're planning everything, we're mapping out the course of events that's going to take place during, maybe the next month to possibly 2 years, depending on the size of your project. This is where we're going to, make our design, of what the customer wants. We're going to, start putting together estimates, and we're going to start bidding out and finding out the exact cost of the project. So when you hear design build, it's pretty much as you hear. You get an idea of what the customer wants and you make it into reality. So you can go with the old school approach of drawing on papers, or to today's world where we have CAD, computer aided drafting, and then you have a BIM product as well. 3D, 4D, you can literally view your project and finished product prior to even commencing the project. Alright, after the design process, you got to get into the estimates, figure out, how your budget's set and how much money you got to work with. This is a key factor in the pre-construction phase because it's going to determine, if you're able to stay within the budget that the client's requested, if you're able to produce, income for your company as well, which, is both should be your main objective. Now, after you have a set budget is when you get into the bidding process. You start reaching out to, your construction team, locally trusted subcontractors that do quality work. During this process, you've done had your estimates, you got your budget, you got what you want. Now you send it out to these teams and you let them give you back a price to do their scope of work. Now, after deals have been met, contracts have been signed, drawings have been approved by city, state, government, depending on whoever you're doing your job for, now comes the construction phase. This is the time that has the worst reputation because you're actually applying. You have your equipment out there. Of course, it's going to be loud and noisy. But this is what needs to be done. This is the heart and soul. This is when you bring in your teams, and this is when it's time to get the job done. This is usually the lengthy period. You got inspections, and you have several different trades coming in with who knows how many people. So you might have some of the greatest workers, but you're always going to have that one bad apple in the bunch. That's what makes this process an important process and a long process, because it's your structure. It's when at the application of the engineer's design and everything's coming together. And it is very, very, very important that it is put together in the way that it was approved and designed. It's also important for a project manager during this process to keep track of all the documents and paperwork that come with. You have a superintendent filing daily reports, keeping you up to par with what commenced on the project that day. You want to keep track of all inspections passed. This is all your steps leading to getting your building occupancy approved and being able to, go to phase 3 and turn the project over to the client. Now you've reached the final phase. It's the completion and turnover. You've applied all the drawings and everything. You have your final product that you're turning over to the client. Inspections have been passed, all the kinks have been fixed. Now it's time to start collecting payments, and hopefully you brought it in under budget and you've met the client's every wishes and needs. Now's the time you get to sit back and watch your design come to life. I'd like to thank everybody taking time today to watch my video presentation on construction management. I hope it was a little bit helpful. Granted, I've still got a lot to learn. This is just based off the minimal knowledge that I've been able to obtain between school, taking classes at TCC, and being able to have the years experience that I've been introduced to. So best of wishes, best of luck to everybody out there going forward. Thank you, Professor Cartwright, for the past 8 weeks. Good course, introducing us into what hopefully will become a promising career. Good luck, everybody, and good luck.